David, we got to go.
How you doing, Jeff?
Hi guys, how we doing? David, welcome back. As you can see, folks, we are doing our best to practice social distancing. We have small quarters here. We had to kind of rearrange everything so we can bring you today's episode. My mask is falling down my nose. I will get used to it. What we wanted to do today was we wanted to talk about the big day, the opening of the Senior Center. David and I have been working tirelessly since March 16th, the day we closed, on what we're going to do to open our Senior Center and let our friends come back in. I trying my mask. We've been wearing masks. When you come back, you will notice some changes. We're doing everything we can possible to abide by the social distancing rule. We've made some changes around the front desk, around the dining room. We're very excited about the new layout, the plan that we have for the opening. It is exciting. It's scary, but it is exciting. And we wanted to let you guys know that we miss you coming here. We miss the activities. We miss the pool and the aerobics and all the fun that we used to have. And at some point, we will have them back. Right, Dave?
Yeah, it's going to be a little different. Of course, we encourage you to check our Facebook or our social media. Everything's going to be posted on there so you guys have the latest information. We're also going to be sending out our newsletter or a version of our newsletter where all the information with all the new changes are going to be included. And we really are hoping to see most of you back. I know that some of you may just decide not to come back as soon as we open, and we understand that. But we also want you to know that we are going to have a lot of help via telephone, and we're trying to implement also the functionality of being able to communicate with some of you via some applications from your mobile phones that we can see you. But we're going to get to that a little later.
Yeah. So remember that when the governor lifts the ban, we don't know at what point and what phase that we're going to be. If we're going to be phase 1, phase 2. So we have to wait for her okay. And then obviously, the administration, the mayor's office, and we've already run our opening plan by him. So by the administration, they were all in favor of it. Always remember that our telephones are always open. My mask is, David,
Yeah, it keeps falling down, I know. It's hard to get used to it.
Yes, it is. But
it's this is reality.
Right, and this is one of the things that we're going to do. You'll notice that our staff will always have masks, and anyone that comes into the building at first on our phase 1 will be required to wear masks. It's just a step that we're taking. But we are going to take some precautions prior to you boarding the bus. We're going to have a medical professional there, a nurse or a CNA, and what she's going to do, she's going to take your temperature. We feel that's at least we can do to make sure that you're okay. So we're going to work on getting the word out, how we're going to open. These are just preliminary plans that we're putting in place, but they all seem to fall in place nicely after we had a staff meeting today, and we're moving right along. David and I have been here every day since day 1, working with nutrition, making sure that all you people out there get fed. We're doing anywhere from 650 to 700 lunches a day, as we always did. So we want to make sure that people are getting what they need and what we can provide.
That's right, we haven't stopped. So we've been working here, and we want to take this opportunity to also thank especially our nutrition division, because they've been working really hard making sure the meals that Jeff just explained get out there to the community, and mainly to our seniors who are homebound. Today we have a very special episode. We have our colleague, Doreen Montequilla, who's going to be giving a presentation on awareness of memory loss and dementias. This is a collaboration that we have with the Tufts Health Plan Foundation, the Alzheimer's Association chapter in Rhode Island, and other partners such as Rhode Island Hospital, URI, and Butler Hospital. So I really hope you enjoyed this episode, because it's going to be very informative for all of you, especially the families that are dealing with loved ones that have dementia or memory loss.
Right. Yeah. And on a closing note, before we get into Doreen's presentation, always remember, give us a call. Our number is 780-6000. We have someone answering the phones. Someone's always here. If you have any questions about meals, about programs, social services, we'll have somebody there to answer your questions. So we hope to hear from you. We hope you're okay. We tried calling as many people as we can just to check in on them. If you feel that you want to give us a call, by all means, 780-6000. Other than that, I'm good.
I'm good.
I'm looking forward to Doreen's presentation. You guys are going to love it.
Yeah. Keep checking the Facebook.
Please do.
Thank you, everybody, for coming to today's workshop. Today's workshop is to discuss MCI, which MCI stands for mild cognitive impairment. It's good to see everyone today, and the City of Cranston has taken on a nice initiative to make Cranston a dementia-friendly community, and we've also spread our wings outside of Cranston to make our surrounding communities dementia-friendly too. So we've been teaching these classes now for probably over a good year now, and they've been very successful. We've taught classes to the Cranston Library System, we've taught classes to other municipalities, and then we're branching out to teach classes to other public programs and to the private sector as well. This year our goal is to get out and speak with banks, customer service representatives like supermarkets, and other community services. But today I'd like to focus on what goals I would like to see you walk out of here with when dealing with mild cognitive impairment. My goal is that we are going to raise awareness to help understand and support memory loss and aging. Our goal is for you to create a community where people with mild cognitive impairment can stay independent and active, and to create a community that is respectful, understanding, and compassionate. A community doesn't mean the City of Cranston. A community could be within your own household. It could be within your own nuclear family or branched out with extended family. Anything that is going to get a positive response with someone who may have MCI. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about how your brain changes with MCI. And we're going to go into it a little bit. We're using your loved ones, someone, your parent, your mom, your dad, someone who may come here to the senior center that you may see some changes going on, but not quite sure what's going on. You're thinking maybe it's because they're getting older. We kind of want you to take a look and step back and recognize that it could be more than just aging, and it could be something such as mild cognitive impairment that may lead into a more specific form of dementia. So someone with mild cognitive impairment, it's our goal to continue to have someone with MCI be able to live in the community safely with respect and dignity. Mild cognitive impairment is the early stage or form of dementia. Now there are over 100 different forms of dementia out there. Some are reversible, some are irreversible. Some types of irreversible could be dementia-related depression, or dementia-related due to diabetes or medications, or sometimes it could be just overstimulation within the household, too much going on. And the irreversible are more like your Alzheimer's, your Parkinson's-related dementia. Alcohol-related dementia could have long-term effects as well. So MCI, how do we recognize the symptoms? What's the difference between normal aging or someone who may be on the path to being diagnosed with MCI? Normal aging. I'm going to use GPS system. We all have a very, very familiar routine we're used to. We get up in the morning, we get dressed, we brush our teeth, we make our coffee, we go off to work. That structure is good for us, and it's all part of our normal routine. So if that normal routine is broken, we get a little flustered. but we know how to pick up those pieces and go back to the routine and get ourselves off to work or get ourselves off to the senior center, wherever we may be going. So someone with MCI, that routine, once it's broken, causes them to become flustered and not know where to pick up again. So I'm going to use the GPS system that we all are very familiar with nowadays. And I'm going to use leaving our homes to coming to the senior center. So we know in the morning we have to get up, get dressed, get ready. We have a specific routine, however that is, and it's the same routine you've been doing for years. And you know you need to drive here to 1070 Cranston Street. Park in the parking lot, get out of the car, come inside, scan your card, and go off to do what you normally do here at the senior center and get to the activities. So you wake up in the morning, your routine is thrown off kilter a little bit. You get a little flustered. You know you gotta leave and be at the senior center by, let's say, 9 o'clock to start the morning yoga class. Your routine's flustered, you get in your car, now you're already flustered, and you're driving, and then all of a sudden, the normal route you take every single day, the road is closed. With mild memory loss, you know your brain knows how to recalculate some in the beginning stages somewhat effectively to be able to turn your car around and follow the detour signs. And eventually you get here. You might be a little late, but you do get here, and you enjoy the rest of your day. As mild memory loss continues, that recalculation takes a little bit more time, takes a little longer, takes you a longer to your thought processes to connect to be able to get to your end result. So I like to compare it to getting from point A to point C. In the beginning, point B is there, just taking a little bit to get there. And as the memory loss progresses, you don't even remember what point B was. So without point B, your end result to get to the senior center, there is no end result. You forget where you're going, you forgot what your end result was. So therefore, you're sitting in the middle of the road, not able to recalculate and figure out how to get to where you want to be. And sometimes with mild memory loss, you sit in the road and you don't even remember how to turn around and get home and finish up the day. So some people just turn around, go home, and go in their house, and that's it for the day. Some people may try to recalculate on their own and get lost. So where do we stand with that? So I like to use the analogy of the GPS, like we just talked about. But how do we help someone with mild cognitive impairment to get from point A to point C with a very positive, respectful outcome? So let's use the GPS again. I'm stuck at that intersection. My brain is not recalculating. You're there. You see that this person might be having a difficult time. You might say to them, "Where are you headed? Is there anything I can help you with?" That person might say to you, "I'm headed to the senior center for lunch." Well, let me help you. You could respond to that person, "Let me help you because I'm going that way myself," or "Let me help you navigate the detour and I can help you to get there as well." So on your screen right now, you're seeing 3 people. There is absolutely no way of knowing which of these people might have any type of mild cognitive impairment. So you may not know out of the 3 people who has the mild cognitive impairment. For the folks in this audience now, you have a relationship with the people that you suspect of having MCI. How will you notice? You'll notice things that are out of their routine. You're going to notice that for 20 years, someone always put their keys in the bowl when they first came in the door, and now the keys are missing. They can't find the keys. They may accuse you of taking the keys out of the bowl. They may accuse you of things that have been part of their routine all their lives, and then all of a sudden, it's missing, and they notice it's missing, and they're accusing you of taking it or misplacing it. So how do you help someone who has MCI that needs to get from point A to C, but is missing point B? Your tone sets the entire outcome of the episode. Whether it's being accused of taking keys, someone used an example of hiding yarn. Someone was an avid knitter. All of a sudden the yarn is missing. You've been accused of hiding the yarn. How do you get that person to respond and relax and have a positive outcome? Your tone sets it all. Instead of using the phrase, "Did you forget? It wasn't me. I didn't do that," maybe try saying, "I'm not sure where your yarn is, but why don't we go look for that? I'm not sure why the road was closed for the senior center, but why don't you and I take a ride together and I'll bring you to the senior center." Try using, "I'm not sure, let me help you with that," instead of "Don't you remember?" because they don't remember. Use that instead of "I already told you what time it was." So phrases such as don't you remember, "I've already told you," elicits like a fight or flight response. And what does that mean, fight or flight? They're either going to argue with you or they're going to back off and not respond, and they're going to get quieter. And you might see that where, let's take, for example, your mother used to go to church every Saturday night at 4 o'clock. Mass was every Saturday night at 4 o'clock. She no longer goes. Why is that? Because the energy to get up, get ready, get to church takes way too much energy and thought process, and that point from point A to point C, the connection is not there anymore, or it's slowly declining. So instead of asking for help, recognizing that they're losing their independence, they'd rather retreat and go into flight mode. Some people don't. Some people fight. They may be in the parking lot of church at 10 o'clock in the morning because they know it's Saturday. They know they need to go to church, but they don't have the concept of it's only 10 o'clock in the morning. So they're up, they're ready, they're dressed, they got their purse. They're in the parking lot at 10 o'clock when Mass doesn't start till 4 o'clock. So when you go up and you say, "Mom, what are you doing in the parking lot? It's time for church." "No, it's 4 o'clock. Church starts at 4 o'clock. It's only 10 o'clock. You're going to get that fight. "Well, I want to be here early so I can get my seat." And those are the responses you might get, something like that. So reaching a successful outcome could be, "Mom, it's 10 o'clock in the morning. I'm glad to see you're dressed for church, but it's a little early. I guarantee you can get your seat. Let's go home. Let's have some coffee and some lunch. Or do you want to come do errands with me?" It's your tone, how you present yourself, patience, respect, dignity. I've often had it said to me that from someone with memory loss that is my child. My child does not tell me what to do. I tell them what to do. And it's so true. No matter how old you are, no matter how old your parent is, or your loved one, or your husband, your wife, it's kind of tough to switch those roles and you're telling your loved one what to do. For someone who has been independent and active all their lives, it's a very tough pill to swallow. So you're going to get the fight or flight response. So if you put it in your hands and you say, let me come with you, I'd be interested to see in what the senior center looks like, or why don't I help you so you don't have to worry about driving anymore, and let's see if Cranston Senior Services can pick you up and bring you to the center, and you can have lunch and join the activities, and then they'll take you back home. So there are a lot of resources out there that can help you all out. In leaving, I just want to have you remember this one last sentence. It's not that they won't learn to understand, it's that they can't. The brain can no longer manage the steps to process it. And with MCI, in the beginning, their brain can process it. Slowly, but it can process it. And as the brain continues to lose the connection, the GPS signal, it gets much more difficult to process it. So keep that in mind. Always know that there are resources out there that can help. Here at the Senior Center, there is so many staff people that can help you. You can call social services. You can call Jeffrey Barone at 780-6189, and he can filter you into the right department to help you out, whether it be transportation, whether it be activities, social services. We have a wonderful adult day program here at the Senior Center, which helps out as well. So I hope that you will reach out to us at some point if you suspect, or if you need any help or any advice or any direction. Our goal today with this workshop was not to diagnose or have you diagnose someone with MCI, but just recognize the signs and symptoms. So if you have any questions, please feel free to call myself. My name is Doreen. I am in the Adult Day Center, and my number is 780-6126. Or you can reach David, Jeffrey, anyone in Senior Services and Social Services, and we'd be glad to help you out. Thank you.